Severe weather coverage with Austin Daigle.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Austin Daigle from the LHS Weather Team. We got an active evening going on right now. We got severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings all over across the area right now, along this cold front and ahead of this cold front. Now let's move right now. Let's look at this tornado warning. This is for northern Logan and southern Johnson County. Looks like our rotation's moving into Clarksville right now, moving into Lamar. Do take your tornado precautions right now. There is rotation, so there's rotation, and it could possibly be on the ground, but that's not confirmed yet. But still, stay in your tornado safe area. It does have some large hail too with it, around quarter to $half size. Again, this is moving northeast towards Hagerville, Clarksville, and Lamar. We got a severe thunderstorm warning. This is for southwestern Madison, northern Franklin, northeastern Crawford until 6:30. Hazard with this 70 miles per hour winds and ping pong ball size hail. The ping pong ball size hail is not there, but I'm not seeing any 70-mile-an-hour winds too. I'm seeing probably around 40 to 50 miles per hour winds. This is moving towards St. Paul, Pettigrew, Cass, Highway 23, the Pig Trail, and Highway 16, and Highway 23. Alright, so this one's moving towards east, northeast. We've got more storm development across the area, and got another line to start and develop. This one near Cecil, just north of Branch, has around 40 miles per hour winds. That's moving to the northeast. Okay, so let's focus on this tornado warning. This is near the Arkansas River, going through Highway 109 and Highway 109F. This looks to be affecting Clarksville right now. If you're in Clarksville right now, take your tornado precautions, as we got a possible tornado. We got rotation indicated right now. Just go to your tornado safe spots. Let's put this at 4 panels. And let's move it. Let's zoom in. So do stay alert right here. Let's point this out. So this is going to be moving to the Clarksville area in just a few moments, around 10 minutes or so. Lamar in probably about the next 30 minutes, about 20 minutes or so, 20-30 minutes. So do stay alert as the storm is moving towards Clarksville. If you're on Interstate 480 if you're on Interstate 480 or Highway 64, Rogers Street in Clarksville, and Highway 109, do stay alert as a rotating thunderstorm is moving towards y'all, and it has around $half size hail. That's now moving into the Clarksville area. So let's take a look. Alright, so that's moving in the Clarksville area right now, so do stay alert if you are in Clarksville. Alright, so the wind on this is around 30 miles per hour. So this is moving in Clarksville right now. The rotation is not as strong as it was just a little bit earlier, but we are going to keep an eye on it for y'all. So do stay with us, and we will get you through this. Alright, so that's about to move into Clarksville on Highway 64 and Highway 21. If you're on Highway 21, do stay alert. If we can get in, if I can look inside this, put this back at 2 panels right now. See if we can see. Let's look at the echo tops right now and see how tall this storm is. This storm is around 52,000 feet tall. Let's see if we can 3D scope this. So that's definitely where the rotation is right now. See if we can find rotation. So that's where rotation, the base velocity. So that's where it's gonna be, right there. It's just now moving into Clarksville right now. Alright, so that's our rotation. So the green means it's going towards radar, which is in Fort Smith, which is west, and the red means going away from the radar, Fort Smith, which is going east. So this is our rotation. It's going counterclockwise, and that's why it's a tornado warning. Well, that rotation up there is strong, so that's at 3.1. So there's definitely a strong rotation up in the atmosphere right now. It hasn't come down yet. This is around 15,000 feet. So some very strong rotation up in the atmosphere right now. So what I'm looking at right now is at around 9,000 feet. And this is the lowest tilt. This is around 3,000 feet. So we're going to keep an eye on this right here. So let's do 4 panels, and or go back 2. Let's put this. Let's put that rotation back at a 3. And then put that, and then let's put this wind at it and see what's going on up there. So that's where it's gonna be. Put this at a 2, and it'll be right there. Alright, so let's put that back. So do stay alert if you're in Clarksville right now, if you're on highway, if you're on Rochester in Clarksville, or I-40, or on US 64. Alright, so let's check out this storm over here. Nothing too major going on, no, which is good. So storm near Cecil is producing around 40 miles an hour wind. So let's focus on this storm near Clarksville. It has some large hail around $half size. It is rotating around 15,000 feet at around 80 miles per hour. So if you look 15,000 feet, there's a rotating storm, which could drop, but it hasn't yet, which is good. So it'd be in this area right here, but it hasn't, which is good. It's good. It's not dropping yet, which is a good thing. At around 7,000, it's still pretty strong, but up here it's nothing, so which is pretty good. Which we want to see. Alright. So that's what's going on over there. The storm near Cass is starting to rotate a little bit. There. So do need to keep an eye on that one. This moving into North Cass, into Northern Franklin, Southern Madison County. Alright, so this one near Clarksville, let's just get clustered everywhere. And then more rotation near Knoxville, near Lamar. Wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if that's near the ground. So that's near 7,000 feet. So I wouldn't be surprised if they issued a tornado warning on this one going to Knoxville. Wouldn't be surprised. Get even more rotation out here. So this is the area rotation up there near around 9,000 to 16,000 feet. So if we zoom out a little bit. Oh my lord. There we go. Alright, so yeah, that's where it's going to be for sure. Look at that. I mean, I don't know, y'all can't see that. Bring that over to our other screen. How can we see that? If we can go to full screen real quick, you can see this is our 3D. Or it's not fully 3D, but this is what it looks like inside that storm. So this is, let's go to areas where it's rotating. So it would be rotating there. Alright. So that's the area rotation up here. And that's where we need to be watching. And it's a very tall thunderstorm at around 56,000 feet tall. Alright. So that's now moving, that's moving through Clarksville. We got some rotation starting moving into Lamar. Let's see, Echo Tops. That's a pretty tall thunderstorm, around 56,000 feet tall. There's more rotation right there. Starting to become more realistic. It was just all over the place a few moments ago. Now it's starting to become more broad. If I can get the word out. So there is some pretty good rotation on over here near Knoxville. Alright, so we're going to keep an eye on this. So these two areas we need to keep an eye on. That one near Knoxville too. That one near Clarksville is definitely weakening a little bit. It's definitely weakened, which is good. Still got that large hail to deal with. That's around half dollar size. We got more thunderstorm development near Coal Hill. That's around a 1/4 inch size. The winds on there not that strong, which is good. But do be careful with that hail. We got another tornado warning up here in central Madison County. It's until 6:30 p.m. Got a rotation up here. Let's see if we can find that rotation. Yeah, there it is. So I got some small rotation up there. Not as great as some of the other ones, but there's still rotation, so still be alert on that. We got some storms up here near Cass. Let's see. So we got multiple areas rotation near the Knoxville, Lamar, and Clarksville area. We do need to stay alert on that. That's moving to the northeast. Moving east, northeast right now. So we got some more development out here. So this storm is trying to gain strength. I mean, the winds on here are not. I mean, near Cecil, that's North Cecil, it's around 45 mile per hour winds embedded in the storm. The hail on that is around penny to nickel size. This one's definitely weakening for sure. This one is definitely rotating, there's some strong rotation on this one. I'm watching. It's around, this one near Knoxville. If you're on north of Knoxville on Interstate 40 and US 64, be careful. Is around. This is around the 65 to 70 mile an hour mark. There's definitely some strong rotation. If we can go to 4 panels, we can definitely check into that and see what's going on. So that's definitely some strong rotation. So let's. So it looks like that rotation is starting to weaken off now, which is good. Alright, so that rotation is weakened off a little bit, which is good. Still got to keep an eye on that. So this area looks to be calming down just a little bit. There's around 45 mile an hour winds. Looks like that storm was, like that severe thunderstorm warning just got canceled. If you're on 64 near, let's see, this is near Mulberry and between Old Mulberry and Ozark and Central Franklin, be careful. There's around 50 mile per hour winds with very heavy rain and penny to nickel size hail falling. It's North Cecil. Alright, so this area, there's 2 areas of rotation I'm watching. So I'm gonna let's keep an eye on that one. Alright, so there's more development around the area. So you can zoom out, and there's a lot of tornado warnings. There's one report even in Missouri. So there's some lines, storms. The last of it's about to push through, which is good. Strongest are about to push out, starting to push out our area. Got some strong storms in southwestern Johnson around 40 to 45 mile an hour. So there's 2 areas of rotation out in southeastern Johnson County. Definitely keeping an eye on rotation. Some more development near Poto. That looks just developed. So another line's about to move through Bentonville, Siloam Springs. So a big old mess of storms near southern Johnson County. There's more rotation down here. So there's more development as we go on. There's more development. There's still around 50-mile-an-hour winds near Ozark. That storm just to the west of Ozark. This storm looks to be gaining strength, weakening, gaining strength, and weakening. So, and that's about to move out of our area. This. It's still rotating though. It's about to move into. It's about to go into the Dover area. On Highway 7. Let's see if we can, if I can 2D scope this. Nope, that did not work. So that's the area rotation right there. So there's a big mess of storms about to move into Harmony. I don't see any rat rotation. Still that tornado warning in Madison County. So it looks like that storm in near Lamar and Clarksville is just undecided. It's undecided. It's developing and then not developing, and then, or it's developing, then weakening, then developing and weakening. So, and that's about to move out of our area. But near Lamar, there's still some rotation. So stay alert on that. More development near Chester and Mountainburg. In this area near Clarksville, there's around nickel-sized hail. Near Lamar, there's probably around pea to marble size. Rotation's not as great as it was earlier, but I am definitely keeping an eye on it. More redevelopment near Van Buren. Development near Podo and Shady Point. So we're waiting for another scan to see what this storm does. And it's starting to gain strength again. Alright. So they may issue another tornado warning for western Pope County and eastern Johnson County. So we're watching that. Strong storm with around 55-mile-per-hour winds heading up Highway 23 on Interstate 40 just northwest of Ozark. So let's move in northeast. Wow. so it's moving to northeast, and looks like this storm is definitely getting strength. That's around 55 mile per hour winds. Looks like a new tornado warning has been issued for western Pope County. It's for northwestern Pope County, South Johnson till 7 p.m. So it's for that one right there. Just gonna move into let's see. Just gonna move on to Scottsville in that next 50 minutes, and then move into over Highway 7 in probably the next 33 minutes. And the rotation is starting to get a little bit stronger. And we're gonna keep an eye on it. Alright, so it's around 40 mile per hour. So alright, so I'm watching these areas, and it looks like it's starting to push more to the east, so keeping an eye on this. So this line is developing. And this is the radar loop. So those storms look to be pushing to the east out of our area. Some strong storms near on the Pig Trail. It's around 50 to 55 mile an hour winds embedded in it. It's a tall thunderstorm. There's some rotation near Huntsville, just south of Huntsville on Highway 23. See if we can go to rotation. So it's going to be right here on probably about 5 miles south of Huntsville on Highway 23 now. So the winds there are going to be around 60 to 65 miles per hour. So this one near this one just south of Cass on Highway 23 is pretty strong. It's around 55 mile an hour winds. So that one's is moving out of our area, which is good. It's weakening, which is a great thing. As long as that weakens, that's good. This one starts. Let's see if this one's starting to weaken a little bit. So that one appears to, again, gaining a little bit of strength. There's no tornado on the ground indicated yet, which is good. Hot storms probably around 65 mph winds. Okay. So that looks to be all that's going on right now. Is that tornado warning near Huntsville, that severe thunderstorm warning in northern Franklin and southern Madison, that should be allowed to expire soon. And this one moving out of our area. This storm near Clarksville and Lamar headed to Dover is moving out of our area, and this one, I'm going to wait for an update to see what that one does. We got more development as the line's starting to move through Northwest Arkansas. Another one is moved through Mountainburg. Some more spotty areas development near in the River Valley, but looks to be what's going on right now. This one near, this one in Central Franklin County is concerning me. So another one that was issued for this one, which there's only probably around 35 mph winds on it. Let's look at that rotation, and that appears to be weakening, which is good. It's weakening, which is really good. That's weakening, which is good. So these storms appear to be weakening, which is good. We probably can get off the air by right now. There doesn't appear to be anything too major, but I am watching this storm near Ozark and Cass on the Big Trail on Highway 23, because it has winds around 45 mph, and this one near Cecil is around 40. That one's near 50, so this one here has around 50. It has a little bit of hail, probably around pea size. So that looks to be what's going on right now. Area of seems to be a little bit of rotation. And there's a little bit of rotation to Clarksville and Lamar. There's more, so there's gonna be, for the rest of the evening, there's gonna be more development, and this should start to die down soon. I'm Austin from the LHS Weather Team. Have a good night. If any more storms develop, localized in our area, more tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, we will go live and we will let you know what's going on. Till then, I'm Austin from the LHS Weather Team. Have a good night.